All right, thank you for staying with us. And before we move on, let's just quickly inform you, since we're talking about the women's game, that Korea Democratic People's Republic beat France 3-1 in the final of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup that ended in Papua New Guinea over the weekend. So Korea have successfully they won it, and they are champions at Under-17 level and champions at Under-20 level. All right, that shows that in Korea, maybe they're doing something right around the women's game, and we could borrow a leaf or two from what Korea is doing about the women's game from the grassroots. Let me also tell you very quickly a little bit of basketball news. First Bank of Lagos have finished in third place. They won bronze at the just concluded African Women Club Championship concluded in Mozambique. They beat the defending champions, Primero de Agosto. That's it on your screen. And they won it for Nigeria. It's very remarkable what these girls have been able to achieve for Nigeria, finishing in third place, defeating the defending champions. It shows if we really put structures in place, put our house in order, we can dominate women's basketball the way we are dominating the men's game on the African continent. Congratulations, First Bank. That's really, really encouraging, very positive.
Yeah, that's right, Tony. I mean, in Angola, basketball is huge. Almost every football club, have very big basketball clubs.
Well funded.
Well funded. Now, Primero de Agosto is not a small club, even on the continent. So for First Bank to have achieved that feat shows that the girls have future. And just like you said, we need to motivate them. We need to give them, in terms of better coaching. We are not saying that the coaches, they are not good, but they can do better if they get the necessary training, better facilities, incentives, motivation, and who knows, maybe the next edition, they can go for the title. But we want to congratulate the girls for what they have done so far.
All right, so once again, congratulations, First Bank of Nigeria, finishing third. Next time, make it better, get to the final, and go one step more, win it. They've won it before, so we believe they can do it again. So we wish them better luck next time, but congratulations for finishing in third place in Mozambique. Let's take you on a quick break now. This one is what you've been waiting for. We're taking you to Cameroon. Our girls, we told you on this show on Friday, played against 11 very determined lionesses on the pitch. They played against 40,000 people, filling up that stadium, and a whole lot more outside of the stadium. And guess what? The president of Cameroon was there, Paul Biya, the president of CAF, who is a Cameroonian, although he's neutral in things like this, was also there, seated. And guess what? These girls went there, they fought, and they won. So let's bring you those highlights once again. Enjoy it. We'll be back with more for you on Sports Tonight.
A track record to go with it, but in this competition it's not really happened for her. She got up above Rita Chikwelu, header off target. Header on by Song Keng. Ngo looking to release on Gene. Big chance here! And again the finish lacking for Cameroon. It just needed a cool head for Gabriela Budion-Gene, and she didn't have it. It was Ngo's ball that cut open the Nigerian defence. That was a glorious opportunity, even if the angle was getting tighter and tighter. Oh, has made an impact since coming on. That pass nearly finding Nganamui. Success, the substitute to Ayinde. He's got a great engine in the midfield. Oshuala, that's a good ball out to the left-hand side, but Nigeria need bodies in the penalty box. They need an overlapping run, perhaps from Success. It didn't come. Joku to Okobi. Getting the ball into the box is poor. Big opportunity here, and there's the goal! Nigeria have scored, and it's come from absolutely nowhere. And it's Desiro Paranozi who gets the breakthrough. Finally, a chance fell her way. and it was a lethal finish. She who scored the winning goal against South Africa in the semi-final. It's her third goal in as many games in the competition, and could that be the goal that wins the Cup of Nations for Nigeria once again? Patient build-up play, not dealt with convincingly, and a really cool finish from a player who's not had much to play on today. She's held the ball up well, she's hardly had a sniff of goal, but it was good control. The lovely second touch away from Nefumetu Cheno, and that's what they thought of it down on the bench. Amount of time to be added on. Here they come again. Can they put this final to bed once and for all? Oshoala looking to break away from a one-up, and it will be a corner. He may well carry on for another minute or so, given the time needed for the treatment of Alaba Jonathan. Corner kick played short and comes off Wogu's success. Will give Cameroon the chance to launch it long. He'll not be... well, I was going to say they wouldn't have much time to make anything of it. There is no time left for Cameroon. Nigeria are the champions of Africa once again. They have beaten the hosts Cameroon 1-0 in a tense, nervy final here in Yaoundé. The only goal of the game, a late one from Ugochi Desire Paranozi. Nigeria defended stoutly, Cameroon defended stoutly as well, but while they had for Cameroon, and now the Nigeria team come to collect their gold medals, the champions.
Now we will proceed to the handing of the gold medals to the team of Nigeria, the winner of the 10th Women's Africa Cup of Nations, Cameroon 2016.
Done it. Cameroon missing too many chances really on the day, and Oparanozi getting the winning goal late on in the match, just when it looked as if extra time was inevitable here in Yaoundé.
Yeah, that was how they did it. The Super Falcons of Nigeria winning the African Women Cup of Nations for the 8th time. We'll talk about some reports about whether this is the 10th victory for Nigeria or the 8th later on the show. I hope we have time for it to explain why this is the 8th. But then it's all about the girls. Whether 8 or 10, this moment belongs to the girls, to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And President Muhammadu Buhari, before the game, told the girls to go to win for Nigeria. After the game, he congratulated the girls and commended them. And I mean, they deserve all that they're getting at the moment. They deserve everything, honestly, Tony. The scene of maybe on her knees, played with so much pain. She broke her elbow. Almost brought tears to my eyes, Tony. I mean, these girls have done so much. The scenes are quite emotional. And on the game proper, I think the Cameroonians will lose some of the chances they miss. In football, when you fail to take your chances, it happened to Man City against Chelsea in the first half, and you allow your opponents to come back into the game in the second half, not even coming back towards the dying minute of the game. Every missed chance is life to your opponent. I mean, scoring in the 84th minute was quite a deadly soccer punch to the indomitable Lionesses, and their fans were almost dead quiet. They're almost like they went to a funeral. And the Desire of Paranozi has turned into an albatross for the Cameroonians. In the last edition, before this one in Namibia, she also opened the floodgates. She scored the first goal through a free kick in Windhoek, and she has repeated that same feat. I mean, congratulations to the women. It's not easy playing before a capacity crowd, playing before a very strong Cameroon side, and getting that victory. They held their nerves. Kudos to the goalkeeper, to Alaba Jonathan, who kept us in the game in the first half, especially in the first half. I mean, if she had conceded, perhaps that would have demoralized the Falcons. But they deserve what their colleagues are getting. The 8th title, Tony, let's put the record straight. This is the 8th title for the Super Falcons.
And I mean, I think they are good to go for more.
That's the truth. Expectedly, messages of congratulations have been coming from far and wide. I told you earlier on that President Muhammadu Buhari sent his Governor of Osun State also on his Twitter and sent a message of congratulations to the girls. The President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, also followed suit and said that these girls have proven to everyone that if we work together as a nation, we can surmount all our challenges. I mean, we learn all these lessons all the time with our football team. Alaba Jonathan is in goal. There's Ugochi Ugonjoku on one side. There's Osinachi Ohale. There's Onome Ibi. There's Asisha Toshola. Nobody's talking about whether this is from the south or from the east or from the north or from the west. Everybody works together to achieve the results. And that's the lesson that football offers. And of course, Super Eagles players have also been sending their messages. Former captain of the team, Vincent Enyama, then Kelechi Iheanacho, Ederson Echejele. I mean, everybody's been under the Wilfred.
Kenneth Omero. Everybody's
been involved. This is Super Falcons of Nigeria. We're not separating the women from the men. This is Nigeria's victory.
Yeah, to also buttress what the Senate president said to him. I mean, when they got to Yaoundé, the reports were that they got hostile reception. I mean, they played in Limbe during the group stages. When they got to Yaoundé, some officials were also, survived a plane crash. The officials had to scamper to safety when the aircraft, started smoking, and the electricity went off, and they were trapped in the aircraft. They went through all this ordeal and still.
And some conspiracy theorists were saying it was a deliberate attempt to wear them out before the final game against them. But I don't want to believe all those things. I don't think the Cameroonians will go to that extent of
trying to
using.
It's too risky.
No, that's too risky.
Yeah, I don't think
it's just a conspiracy theory. I don't think it.
I don't think
too much on that one.
The aircraft issues. I don't think that could have happened. In fact, it was one of the crew members that saw that the propeller of the plane was not working before they saw the smoke. So I don't think they will go to that level, because other passengers were also in that aircraft. And when the Falconers got to Yaoundé, these things happen in football, especially on the African continent. But these girls they showed a lot of ruggedness. They showed a lot of determination. They kept their focus on the title, and at the right time. Opera was very clinical. I think some of the strikers of the Indomitable Analyst should go and take a lesson from
how clinical
you should be in the
one
final.
Chance, one goal.
You get a chance, you bury it, and
smash and grab,
and that is it.
All right. Well, the Directors of Sports Forum. I mean, that's a body of directors of sports all across Nigeria. The chairman, Tunde Kazeem, also has sent a message of congratulations to Nigerians on the success of the Super Falcons. And he urged, I mean, this is a very important one, he urged the federal government to reward the hard work that these girls have put in. And that takes us to the issue, really, what should be adequate reward for these girls? We want you to talk to us about it. What should be adequate reward for the Super Falcons for winning the 10th African Women Championship and our 8th title as a football team? So talk to us about it on feedback and let us hear what you have to say. Only 5 of these girls were in the all-star team. Let's talk about it very quickly. 3 in the first team, 2 on the reserve bench.
Yeah, Osinachi Ohale had a wonderful tournament. In the absence of Josephine, who was not in the team, Josephine at the last World Cup for me was our best defender. In her absence, she was able to marshal the defense. On a maybe a bit on a short of pace, but she was able to complement in the centre back position. Then Aziza Doshuala, everybody knows her, was also included in the All-Star team. Then Desire Okpara was here, top striker
on the bench. Alaba Jonathan,
the goalkeeper, and Francisca Odega. I think these were well deserved positions in the All-Star team.
We'll go on a quick break. We're talking about the girls, but we'll go on a quick break now. When we return, there's still more to talk about around the Super Falcons of Africa. Join us again.